What's up everyone, welcome back to another episode of the direct marketing reviews that I've been doing at this Eugene Schwartz series of ads that I'm doing here on YouTube. I hope that you can take advantage of this, because what we're doing here is going word by word, section by section, dissecting the strategies that Eugene Schwartz used to create ads just like this one. And that would ultimately generate millions of dollars in revenue. So having said that, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, just remember to give it a big thumbs up so I know that you guys are enjoying this. Also let me know what is the ad that I should be reviewing next. Having said that, let's get going. So obviously, first thing that gets my attention about this ad is like the headline itself is like 1/3 of the entire ad. So remember guys, the headline is meant or is created to capture the reader's attention. And this time what this headline brings is ultimately, again, a switch on your mind about this idea of getting money. So everybody wants to make money. $500,000 seems fine by me. Now what this headline is doing, if you look at the initial phrase, it says, do you have the courage to earn $500,000 a year? Now notice that it doesn't say, do you have the skills, do you have the time, do you have the resources? It says, do you have the courage? Seems simple, but this is a big deal, by the way, because what you're gonna see in the rest of the ad is that this man is going to convince you, persuade you to believe that what's stopping you from getting that $500,000, the first thing is you have to take the courage. You have to take that courage, you have to find it, and you have to do something about it, all right? Then you need skills, then you need information. But first, all you gotta do, or all you gotta have, is the courage, and that's exactly what the headline is saying. Now notice the sub-headline, it says, this is a private advertisement. It is meant for the tremendously ambitious man only. Now, besides the sexist theme here, saying that it's only for men, okay? Remember, these are old ads. Back in the day, things were really harder for women to be, respected in this idea that they could also make money. Obviously, there's always exceptions to this rule, but aside of that, okay, putting that aside, here's why this is a smart subheadline. Most salespeople, most people trying to make money, the way that they're trying to do it is by trying to get everybody's money. Like, hey, do you have money? Buy this. They don't really care. They don't really care if you need this. They don't really care about your problems. What they care about is, hey, can I beat this person into giving me their money? They're basically almost stealing from you in a way. It's kind of like a armed robbery, and in this case their weapon is their persistence and their schemes and their persuasion and their, but that's not really what sales is about. What great sales professionals do, what great marketing people, professionals also do, is they know who they can help the most, and they understand their problems better than these people do, the target that they are trying to help. So and by understanding their pains and their problems, but also their goals, they understand how the product can actually serve them and help them get what they want. So instead of saying, hey world, there's 7 billion people on planet Earth, hey guys, buy this, everybody needs this. Instead of saying that, what this ad is saying, hey, this is only for the tremendously ambitious person. It says, man, I'm gonna replace it by person. And you should also follow this strategy, because what makes this strategy so good is the fact that, first, it narrows it down. Second, the people who match that group will feel like, okay, this person is talking to me specifically, and the rest of the people who don't match that profile, they will say, okay, at least at least I respect this person or whoever wrote this ad, because I'm not gonna waste my time, because hey, let's face it, I'm not ambitious. And finally, the third benefit of using this kind of headline is that it will make the reader face this question about, hey, am I a person of courage or not? Am I ambitious or not? And by continuing reading this ad, you are basically assuming that yes, you are tremendously ambitious. Otherwise, why would you still reading the ad? So it's a big assumption that the Eugene Schwartz is planning in your mind. Like, by continuing reading this ad, you're basically admitting and starting to believe that you are indeed ambitious, you are indeed a person of courage, and you can win $500,000 a year. You might not know exactly how, but the first thing that they need to agree on, sales is a matter of a series of agreements. They need to first agree that yes, they want this, yes, they can have it, and yes, they have the courage, and yes, they're ambitious. That's why they need it. That's why they're going to be successful. Those are the ideas and the agreements that are playing in the reader's mind. So let's go back a little bit here so you can have a sense of how this ad is written and the structure. Okay, so you're seeing these top six, these 6 bullets here. The reason why these bullets work so well is it will draw the reader's attention to these bullets, and it will make them notice some of the points that may be more relevant than the others. And let's face it, who will read this ad from one point to another? Few people, right? So you will know that they are going to skim through the ad. So by placing these topics, these headlines, you are enabling your reader to actually go through the areas that they care more, and you're helping them, and you're increasing your chances that they will stick to this content. Now, as you will see, this ad doesn't look like an ad, but there's this there's this admission that yes, this is in fact an ad, this is a private advertising. But if it was not written, it would not appear like it was an ad, because it's kind of like an information. It's trying to, this piece of content here is trying to educate the reader about something. And what this does is it makes the reader trust whoever is behind, whoever is the author of this ad, because it makes them believe this person knows what he's doing, he understands the topic, he's an expert, and he understands me as well, because he understands what I want and my problems and the challenges. So there you go. That's the reason why this works. All right, so let's start here. It is meant for the kind of man who has, first of all, the relentless desire to earn more money in a single year than most of his friends will earn in their entire lifetime. So this is kind of like a profile. He's again saying, okay, this is the people that I can help, this is the people that I'm looking for. I'm not trying to help everybody, I'm not trying to reach everybody, I'm trying to find these people who have this relentless desire. All right, this is very good. It is meant for the kind of man, secondly, who has enough sheer raw faith in himself to believe today then tomorrow he may actually be able to take home $40,000 or $50,000 a month once he has shown the techniques of making this kind of money. And finally, it's meant only for the man who is willing to make the sacrifices that this kind of income demands. Now let's stop right here, because this is the thing that is missing in most ads and in most sales letters and sales pitches. Everybody's trying to pitch, the dream scenario, heaven. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be good for everybody. The whales, the dolphins, everybody. This product is magic. It's a gift from the gods. A lot of hype. But it's more and more hard. It's harder and harder for people to believe that crap, because people are tired of that crap, because they've bought into it and they've been disappointed. Now, what this ad is doing is understanding, or it's explaining, and it's immediately saying, hey guys, this is going to require some sacrifices. So instead of hiding, trying to get you excited, and while you're all excited, then okay, but there's a catch. So, and by the way, by the time that the reader reaches this point here, the reader will be like skeptical and second guessing everything that he will read. Eventually he will stop reading. If this was like on an interview or a meeting setting, yeah, the person might stick around because it will find like to be rude to leave. But make no mistake, that person will not listen to you. They will keep playing in their minds the question, is this guy real? Is this thing gonna work for me? Is this gonna, and they will not listen. So it's a very good approach to actually upfront saying, hey, this is not for everybody, first of all. Second of all, this will require sacrifices. There will be pain, all right? So who is willing to take gambles, endure the tensions, fight inevitable battles, where his brain is pitted against some of the sharpest mind in the country for prizes beyond the imagination of ordinary man? So this goes on, and then this is the first section of the ad. Now we're going to enter the second one, where it's the introduction is to make gigantic sums of money, to throw out all the rules that small, safe men live by every day. So what this does is creating this polarizing view about we, the ambitious, we, the ones who are not willing to settle for less than our potential, and then they, the small, the safe, the tried and true. And what this does is starts to create this feeling of brotherhood, of tribe, and because remember, what every human being wants to feel is like they're part of something. They're part of a community. They're part of a tribe. Like that's what I said. Like something that keeps them safe. And we like to feel safe, of course. And also, we like people who are like us, who share the same mindsets and ideas and beliefs, because they validate who we are and what we stand for. So by positioning these two groups and by implicitly saying or showing that whoever is the author of this content is part of the group of the ambitious, of the wealthy, of the 1%, then the reader will feel like, okay, no, I want to be part of this group. Or the reader will already be part of that group anyway, on their mindset. And what this ad is doing is just reminding the reader of who the reader is. And that's powerful. So the second piece of the content starts by showing or presenting what the hell they're selling. So what we're selling here on this page is a book about making fabulous sums of money. It is possibly the most unusual how-to book ever written. Okay, why? Well, first, because it distills a lifetime of wisdom from one of America's most distinguished and successful financiers. And second, because it reveals, to our knowledge, for the first time between the covers of a single book, the almost unknown techniques of the super money makers, the men who take home $500,000 or $1 million or $5 million a year. Now, this reminds me of Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins wrote a book very recently where he had access, which is something that you and I may not have. I don't know who you are, but access to these very, very wealthy people, it's very hard. And Tony had this kind of access, and he interviewed these people with a single purpose: to understand the strategies, the patterns, the mindset, the tactics that made these people achieve what they achieved and earn what they are earning every single year, day after day. It's a machine. And maybe, for some of these guys, these wealthy super money makers, to be in public speaking, they have to, they demand major big fees. So to have access and to distill all their strategies and tactics and mindset, all of that into a single book, that's powerful. Because it enables you, the average person, you, the ambitious person, you, the person who wants to contribute to society, to create business, to create impact. It enables you to understand how those big money makers are doing it, so you can not only copy their strategies, but adapt those strategies to who you are and your beliefs. Because, hey, maybe you need to change your beliefs. Because some of those things might contradict, might clash, might go against what you believe, but then it's a decision. But anyway, I'm going off topic. Let's focus here on the ad. So here on the second paragraph, it says, let us emphasize right here that you do not need big money to use these techniques. They will work with any amount of starting capital, even as little as $500 or $1,000. Now, the reason why it's important to write this is because, you know, most people might be thinking, it's kind of like the mind reader effect. Most people might be thinking, okay, this is interesting. Yes, I want this. Yes, this makes perfect sense, but I just don't have the money. And I'm certain that whoever this book is, I'm certain that this will cost a lot of money. So if you don't address their skepticism right away, they will keep, again, replaying that question over and over in their mind, or they will stop reading because they're certain. So the best thing that you have to do, especially, again, if you're in a meeting or if you're in a physical setting, you're with a person, maybe they're not living, but here, when you're writing something that they will read, they can easily just forget it. So you need to address their skepticism right away. So again, here to finish this second section, what Eugene is doing. Okay, next, here's a brief description of all 6 of these techniques. See if you want to leave out the kind of adventure. Let's go back. They open up to you. Now there's the 6 techniques. We're not going to cover every single one of them. Let's take a look at one, because the rest is going to be like a repetition of the same strategies. So here, let's see here the opportunity radar. Opportunity radar. These big money manipulators create opportunities as they're strong. Sorry guys, I don't know how to speak anymore. These big money manipulators create opportunities as they're stuck in trade. They see money-making potential in situations that ordinary people are fighting to get out of. This lets them pick up tremendous hidden values for pennies, make a simple change or two, and then sell out for a fortune, all at capital gains. Now, this is something that, again, this sounds true and it's real. You know, most people, you know, the average people, they will not see opportunities. You know, these big money makers, these influential people who are successful, they understand how to make money. They understand how they can provide value. You know, someone might complain about a problem, and when they complain, and then they move to another thing to complain. Now, the successful people, they complain about something and then they wait and say, hey, if this bothers me, I wonder how many other people are bothered by this problem. Now, if there's 10 million people bothered about one problem, and they're willing to pay $1 to solve this problem, I instantly have $10 million. See, most people run away from problems. Successful people look at problems and say, who else has this problem? How big is the opportunity? And how can I solve it in a way that when I ask for money in return, they're willing and happy to pay for the solution. And that's exactly what Eugene is doing here on these sections. So let's go here at this finishing section, $6 million tax angles. That's fine. Now, next is don't risk disappointment. Send for your copy today. What this guy is, what we're doing here now, guys, is we're making an offer. Now remember, we captured their attention, we handled their skepticism, we educated them. So basically we built authority, we build trust, and we build desire. Now it's time to go for the offer. Now, the most effective way to make an irresistible offer is to, first of all, move all the risk to your side. That's exactly what Eugene is doing here. Don't risk disappointment. Send for your copy today. And how he's doing is basically, let's take a look here. All 6 fortune building steps, including dozens of almost completely unknown techniques. There you go. It's available to you through this advertisement only without risking a cent. The choice is up to you. You can continue to make 5,000, 10,000, even 20,000 a year, the old hard way, or you can make 50,000, 100,000, or even 250,000 a year by making these seemingly minor changes in the way you handle your time and money. It costs you nothing to prove this to yourself. So it's a mail no risk coupon. You send the coupon if there's any problems. This is, by the way, the first time that there's any sign of money involved here on this entire ad. If I'm not delighted, I will return it for my money back. Let me just highlight here this point here about the 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, and then the same thing for the goal. Like you can earn up to 50, 100, or $250,000 a year. If he said immediately you can earn up to 250,000 a year, you know, the reader might be skeptical about, oh my God, this is a big number. Now he starts small, but again, first it's small but bigger than the old hard way. But he starts with 50 when in the old hard way the top would be 20. Now you can earn 50, 100, or even 250. So the brain is starting to accept that it's possible 50. So if you accept that it's possible 50, why not 100? Now that you accepted 100, why not even 250? It's different. So it's stacking up ideas, stacking up promises. Now by the time the reader reaches this point, remember that they are basically agreeing since the beginning. Do you have the courage? Yes. This is meant for the tremendously ambitious men only. Fantastic, because I'm tremendously ambitious. And then on, and with each paragraph, and basically what I'm saying, guys, is whenever you're writing something, maybe it's a cover letter, maybe it's a sales letter, maybe it's a video letter, whatever you're trying to sell, your goal should be with every single word, with every single phrase, with everything that comes out from your mouth. The goal of each phrase should be to make them agree, to make them go, yes, this makes sense. Oh, I didn't knew that. Oh, this guy seems like he's reading my mind. You see, so yes, building authority, building trust. So when the time comes where you actually call to action and say, buy this, do this, here's what you need to do next if you enjoyed this, if you want to know more, if you see, and then you make the offer, and you make the offer irresistible by moving the risk to you, then you have a chance. You have a real chance to make money. And this is what Eugene Schwartz did. Generated millions of dollars with this kind of ads, and this is what I'm doing for you, reviewing, showing you how it works, and enabling you to use the same strategies. Again, I help people, by the way, I help people, writing cover letters. And writing a cover letter is very much like creating this ad. You're basically trying to achieve the same goal. You're trying to get their attention, you're showing interest, you're showing that you can help them, and you're making an offer. So guys, I hope that you enjoyed this. If you enjoyed this, remember, give this video a big thumbs up. Share it with people that need to hear this. Share your comments, by the way. Share the results that you got from this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.